Just a few weeks ago, Nico Hoerner became one of the highest paid second basemen ever when he signed a 6-year, $141 million deal. And I'm sure there was some discourse out there on whether or not that was an overspend for a second baseman who doesn't hit for power in today's game. Well, let's dive into what Hoerner has done through the first month of the season to prove that he is worth every penny of that contract. Let's just start with one of the simplest stats in the game, batting average. What is Nico hitting? Well, at the time of this video recording, Hoerner is a .307 hitter for the 2026 season, and he's a .283 hitter for his career. In a day and age where batting average continues to drop as opposing pitchers throw harder, for longer, and with more movement, Hoerner only seems to be getting better at making solid contact and getting on base frequently as a result. He was a .297 hitter last year, .273 the year before, and as a result, his OPS is usually in the 700s, even though he isn't much of a power guy. But he gets on base so much, he's able to manually bolster that number just through volume. Pretty impressive stuff. Let's look a little deeper than batting average, though. If he doesn't hit the ball too hard, is Hoerner putting it in the right place every single time? That could partially be it, but putting the ball in play in general is important. You know what helps with that? One of the lowest strikeout rates in Major League Baseball at 9.9%. That puts Nico in the top 4 percentile. Right with it, you'll see that this guy simply doesn't whiff. His chase rate is actually a little worse than the league average, meaning that even though the veteran second baseman may venture out of the zone from time to time, he's still finding a way to make quality contact. It's the same attribute all-time greats like Mike Trout have, where they can golf the ball into the outfield if they need to. His walk rate of 9.2% is around average as well, but the ability to make contact so often gives him more opportunities to bust it down the line, where the old adage, make them make a play, kicks in. How do you make them make a play? Well, having above average speed helps with that, and Hoerner excels in that category too. The 28-year-old is in the top 20 percentile for sprint speed. It's the reason he's been a stolen base threat for years on end, and it helps him get on base in general for someone who doesn't have a ton of power. Although, we say that, and look at the category he's shocking the most people in right now for his 2026 season. Hoerner has 4 home runs already. His career high is 10. He's nearly halfway there in like 20% of the games. If this guy even becomes an average slugger, it is so over. And last but certainly not least, let's look at his remarkable defense. Nico Hoerner is a 2-time Gold Glover for a reason. That prolific speed we just mentioned, yeah, it helps him with his range. A defensive attribute he beats the whole pack in. Having him up the middle with Dansby Swanson has given the Cubs one of the best middle infields in all of baseball. Some people joke that when players sign a contract, they might put on 15 pounds, slack off in training, and will have a down year as a result because they're getting a little too comfortable with that new chunk of change they just got. That does not apply to Nico Hoerner. He looks like a man on a mission who has been worth every single penny of that 6-year contract thus far. We want to hear what you think in the comments section below. Is he worth that 6-year, $141 million contract, or do the power numbers need to maintain for him to be worth that amount year over year? If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.